$5 bills worth a boatload. We'll go over 3 steps in this video. Step 1 will show you examples of what to look for to determine if your $5 bills are rare or not. Step 2 will help you identify the value of your $5 bills so you understand their worth in today's market. And step 3 will show you how to get expert help to evaluate and or sell your collection for the most money possible if that's what you're looking to do. Now let's hop into this video because up first we have a $5 bill that sold for $1,680, and here's why. First of all, this bill got graded by PMG at a 66 EPQ. Just know the better the condition your $5 bill is in, the more money it's going to be worth. Now, did you know 1928 was the first year the United States started producing small size paper money? Before that, the US printed large size bills or horse blanket notes, which are much larger than today's $5 bills. Now, this example is very special because this is what we call a numeral type $5 bill. So if you look on the left hand side of the bill, you're going to see what's called a district seal. Now that district seal will typically have a letter and not a number. This example has a large black number 4, standing for the Ohio district. Now if this was not a numeral type, that would be a large letter D. Now you can see that the 4 matches with the first letter in the serial number, which is a D, and that is correlated to the position in the alphabet. To make that very clear, D is the 4th letter in the alphabet. If this was a numeral type 1, so if the 4 was a 1 instead, then the start of the serial number would be an A. If it was a 2, it would be a B. If it was a 3, it would be a C. And this example is a 4, so it is a D. Also, you're going to see 4 different numbers that are a bit smaller around this bill. Those should also be 4s, and they should equal the district number that you see in the district seal. So if the district number was a 1, those would be 1s. If it was a 2, they'd be 2s, etc. You can have a district 1 through a district 12, which is L, standing for San Francisco. All you got to know here is that those things should match, and if they don't, they could be worth a lot of money. This example sold for $1,680 because it's an old banknote that has no folds on it whatsoever. That's how I got the 66 grade. And because it's a numeral type bill, which is rare, this one sold for $1,680. $3,600 for this 1928B $5 bill. Now look, on the left-hand side, this is not a numeral type. You see a large letter A, and you can see that A also matches the start of the serial number. And also, the 4 smaller district letters around the bill are numbers 1, like we said. So if that was a B, those numbers would be 2s. If those ever don't match up, that could be a rare error bill worth a lot of money. This one just so happens to be the A district, which is the Boston district. The big indicator on this one is the B after the 1928 and the fact that it graded so highly at the 67 grade. Now, if there is a small corner fold that goes through the design or a fold that goes right down the center, that would make this bill drop immediately down to at least a 58 grade. This one got the 67 grade, which is only 3 points away from 70. That's why it sold for $3,600. Now, when you're looking at the back of this bill, you may be questioning why it sold for $6,600. I want to show you an important area. This little number down here is called the backplate number. Now, a backplate number is used for Bureau of Engraving and Printing employees to know where this specific bill is located on a printing plate. There are some times, not on this specific bill, that the backplate number will be completely missing. If you do not see a backplate number on your bill, that could make it worth a lot of money. When you flip it over to the front, you can see this is a star note. Now, star notes happen when there's an error on a sheet of bills. A quality control manager will destroy that sheet, produce a new sheet of paper money with a star at the end of the serial number, signifying that this is a replacement note. So why did this one sell for $6,600? Well, because it got graded at the perfect grade of 70, which is a very challenging thing to do. That means, first of all, there's not a single fold on this banknote whatsoever, and also the centering is really, really good. So if you're looking at the margins, which is the border around this bill, you can see that it's pretty much centered perfectly. So you have to have a banknote with no folds on it, and the centering needs to be very, very good because this example sold for $6,600. This is a genuine old $5 bill silver certificate from the United States of America, graded by PMG. So back in the day, you could bring this $5 bill to a local bank and they would give you silver in return. You can see at the bottom it says $5 in silver payable to the bearer, which is the person who has the $5 bill in their hand, on demand, which means at the moment of the transaction. That's also why you see the blue serial numbers and the seals, because this is a silver certificate. Also, at the start of the serial number, you see a star. We know what a star is. We just went over that. So this is a 1934C $5 silver certificate star. If you have anything like this, you could have a very rare banknote because this example, this $5 bill sold for $12,000. Now, if you have a banknote like the ones that you see in this video, make sure that you're not getting scammed and ripped off. We have a completely free ebook that we recently updated, and it goes over coins and currency, handling, grading, values, how to sell them. You can pick that up completely free down below. Don't miss that because, again, Again, we recently updated it. But if you want to sell your currency, you want to find at least 3 different coin or currency experts that know exactly what they're doing. We've heard countless stories about people bringing their banknotes to a pawn shop and getting completely ripped off. No offense, pawn shop owners, but you guys typically do not have the depth of knowledge you need for super rare banknotes like these. And honestly, some people are just bad actors out there trying to rip people off. Do your own homework, do your own research, because you don't want to end up like the people that get scammed or ripped off out there when it comes to your rare paper money. Now, this is yet again a genuine $5 bill. This one sold for $32,900. This is what we call a Hawaii $5 bill. You can see on the left hand, right hand side, there's some vertical Hawaii stamps, and also the seal is brown and the serial numbers are also brown. Once again, it is a star note, which means it's a replacement note. And a really cool thing about this banknote is when you flip it over to the back, you see a large Hawaii stamped overprint. So back in the day during Pearl Harbor, the US printed these banknotes specifically for the US troops in Hawaii, so the US dollar wouldn't get infiltrated and the money would be easily distinguishable because of the invasion on Pearl Harbor. This was to keep the US dollar protected. It is so challenging to find a $5 bill Hawaii note in this condition and it be a star note. It's a beautiful example of what we love seeing every single day. If you have something like this, you must contact a rare paper money expert if you want to try to sell it. But honestly, the biggest thing you got to know is keeping it safe. Don't damage it, because if there was a single fold on this banknote, the value would easily drop from $32,900 to at least $20,000. So that is how important it is not to fold your banknotes. I laugh a little bit because while it may seem obvious to others, there are plenty of people out there that have no idea what's going on when it comes to paper money. We hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to get that free coin ebook down below, and we'll see you in the next video.